Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, back in downtown Bakersfield, California. This is I Love You Say It Back. It's the podcast. I'm your host, Vic D. That's our producer. Eric, how you doing over there?
I'm doing good, man.
Wrapping it. Yeah, you're doing
good.
And if you could tell just by listening to how he sounds today, you could tell
Yeah, I'm
he's
just tired. Today.
yeah. Long day, long last couple of days.
Yeah.
First show post Christmas, before New Year's. So we got a whole New Year's show, got a whole post Christmas, lots going on, lots of gifts, lots of family time, hopefully lots of exciting stuff going on in our lives, and hopefully if you're watching, good things in your life as well. Got a absolutely loaded show as we get set to wrap up this year. I believe we're going to be dropping this on Friday. At worst, we're going to drop it on Monday. Here's a little behind the curtains. It's not good to drop a podcast on the weekend, so it's either going to be Friday or on New Year's Day, likely going towards Friday, but stick around to find out when it's actually going to drop. But lots going on today, so we're going to be talking about post-Christmas, how we're doing. I've actually just got I've had the weirdest 48 hours. I don't even know how to explain it, but I feel like this happens occasionally, and I absolutely hate it. We're going to get into, as the end of the year comes, I notice that this happens every end of the year. And it's something that people start doing on social media, and it repeats itself, and we need to cut that shit out. We're going to be talking about personal New Year's resolutions. You and I, how we got to give a fantasy update. So, fantasy updates. We got our fun facts, or in case you didn't know, we got, this is one of the funner segments. We're going to do yes or no, and this is just baby names prediction for 2024. So, experts have picked out what they think are going to be the more popular names in 2024. We'll call them out. Do we like them? Do we not? So we'll get into all that and so much more. Before we do, of course, we want to jump into and thank our sponsors. Give a big shout out. The Mattress Space year is wrapping up. Make it a resolution to get better sleep. Head over to the Mattress Space, Buck Owens Boulevard, right here in Bakersfield. If you want the best price, you want the best deals in town, the Mattress Space Furniture Outlet. Go check them out. My boy Cecil will take care of you. And of course, our faves too, Rev Nutrition. I hadn't brought this shaker out in a couple days, but it's only because I use it so damn much. But yeah, so Rev Nutrition on board, 20% off. Use code I love you. Say it back. Get you 20% off your entire order. Save some money. And start the year right. You want to feel good? Define. You want to lose weight? Define. You want to, whatever it is, they got all the products that you need. My favorite, of course, is sitting right there. So go check them out wherever you are in Bakersfield. They have them all over town. So just Google a little Define. Google a little Rev Nutrition. Find it. Go down there. And don't forget to use the code I love you, say it back, or mention that you heard it right here on the podcast. 20% off. That's huge. It's big shout out to them. But I wanted to start with this today, and I feel like we go through this every single year. Why is it that when the year end comes, and this is one of these little pet peeves, everybody posts some negative post on social media, whether it's a meme or one of those quote cards, and it was next year I'm going to be thriving and I'm going to focus more on me. Next year I'm going to be this, and next year's going to be all about me thriving. Next year, this year was miserable. It's why do we go through this every single, stop posting that. It's been 4 years in a row where you've posted next year's going to be my year where I do this and I'm going to put my happiness first. And it's just well, you posted that last year and now you're miserable again. So we're just repeating the cycle. Let's cut this shit out. You need to actually start being proactive in these things instead of just, I honestly don't even feel like it's impossible for everybody to have had a bad year. There's no possible, everybody had a negative year. Everybody's posting these things where it's this year was about growth and this year was about learning the tough lessons. and next year is gonna be about my flower blooming and become what it was. And it was like, that's great, but you posted that last year. I thought that's what this year was about. And now you're just posting the same old shit where it's like, next year's gonna be about my flower blooming. It's like, what are we doing? Let's cut it out. If you actually want to be happy and you actually want to thrive, take steps to do it. Don't just sit around on your ass waiting for something great to happen, and go out there and make it happen. And I know you and I can both speak to this, Eric, because it's been a crazy year. And I would say that in a lot of ways, it's almost like, and I'll speak for me, I won't speak for you, I've taken steps back in my personal life.
Yeah.
To hopefully take steps forward that are gonna like pay off in the long run.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like everybody just stays in their same little bubble, and it's just like, oh, well, this year wasn't about this year was about learning the tough lessons, and this year was about growing in the painful areas so that next year I can thrive and I could be the butterfly that blooms. And it's like, yeah, you posted that last year. This year was supposed to be the year that you spread your wings and really flew, but here we are. It is December 27th, and yeah, you didn't spread those wings, and now you're just talking about next year is actually going to be, yeah, you going on 5 years running, sweetheart. Let's do something about that.
So what's the solution? What do you expect, or what would you want out of people?
To make the changes necessary to spread those wings. I feel like we can all talk about how,
I mean, like, what would you give as your position to, if they're like, okay, Vic, then what should I do more of this year? What should I do more of every year that is in line with I'm growing more based off of the goal I set this last year?
Okay, so first of all, figure out, and this is what I'm going to say, it sounds real simple, but it's not as simple as it sounds. So first of all, identifying what you want. I think a lot of people are like, I want better. And then you ask them, what is better? What is your goals? What are these things that you want to accomplish? And they're like, I think identifying what you want, who you want to be, the person, if that's a financial goal, if that's a relationship goal, if that is a business goal, if that is a moving up in your job and, promotion goal, if that's starting your own business, if that's improving and being a better father and a better brother, better friend, but whatever it is, you need to identify it. Because I could tell you like the things that I took a year ago, but that doesn't, what if people were like, well, I just want to be a better dad. What you just said isn't going to help me in being a better dad. So identify what you want to improve in. And then that goal is going to be the same thing that's going to lead you to whatever it is that you want to do, right? So if I want to be a better father, what are the steps that I'm going to take are going to be different than the steps that I took to start this podcast, right? So I think the first step is identifying what you want and kind of building a path towards getting there. And I'm glad you asked that, because in a weird way, we're going to talk about our own kind of goals. And not a big New Year's resolution person, but this year I do have some New Year's resolutions. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just think I'm so over the corny, like, this year personal growth. It's like, we're going 5 years running, sweetheart. Yeah. What are we doing?
I think let's be happy. I think you're allowed to do it once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
But if like you said, if you see someone doing it every year, it comes down to, it's like, hey, stop saying it and like do it now.
It's every year. It's the same people. It's like,
But
how about we do something about it, sweetheart?
Even to go deeper, like what you were saying, some people might not be able to answer the question of what it is, And I think to find that, I think this is something that should be done every year. It should be find a comfort place in it. I think, I have. Try new things. And that will give you your answer, because you'll learn more about yourself and a lot of the things that you don't want to do, and a lot more about the things that you do want to do. And typically within those things, you'll find joy, and joy really is the element of happiness anyway. So if you're trying to find answers, I think it's go through that, and then to follow with that is really be comfortable being uncomfortable with a lot of these decisions, because it's only going to be getting out of those scenarios.
Right, absolutely. It's like being open to new experiences and trying things and ultimately getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because when you get out of your comfort zone, it's exactly what you said. It's either I'm going to love something that I've never tried, or I'm going to learn something and maybe realize that I hate it. And I was like, maybe I don't want to go down that road. But I think as simple as it sounds, I think identifying what you want, who you want to be, what you want to be better at, or whatever the case is it sounds so simple. It's like, yeah, I want to be better. It's like, at what? Right? Identifying that, I think that's a big thing for people to try to figure out. And I think a lot of people don't, because it sounds so easy, but really sit down and really ask yourself, what do I want? What is it that I want to be better in? But yeah, like these posts, man, they kill me every year. Same people, same posts. It's like, yeah, this is the exact same one that I saw last year.
I think the one that is the worst, it's they're really speaking on relationship terms rather than like goal oriented stuff. Like a lot of, say, women, they'll post about, new year, new me, and they're really trying to reflect on maybe manifesting a good relationship, good man, a good guy, rather than these other things that are more important,
Yeah, that whole new year, new me one. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, it's a fun one. So first show back from Christmas. I hope y'all had a great one. However it is that you spent it. Did you get anything cool? Anything that stood out?
No, we agreed to not get anything, and I'm the one that kind of was like, all right, cool, perfect. I get there, and then
you get all the gifts, so you're the asshole.
No, like
told you fell for it.
My sister ends up coming. She has like little things for people. My brother had some stuff for some people, and then so we went to the grocery store. We had to grab something, and we just all started buying gift cards. So I bought everyone like a Starbucks gift card. I got my mom and stepdad a Red Lobster gift card, and my mom
very thoughtful.
I got a stocking stuffer, and like it's always cool getting some candy. And my mom got me this. This is honestly probably, I think it was the only gift I got. My mom got me this SD, or my sister got us all facials at a spa. She started a company in Orange County, and so
that's dope.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. I didn't know she partnered with.
Your mom did this?
No, my sister.
Oh,
she started a esthetician business with the.
By the way, can you say that? I cannot say it.
Esthetician.
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 Yeah, she.
Soy paisano.
It's one of the doctors that does surgeries for something. She partnered with them and they started it.
Okay, cool. What about you? By the way, we have a special guest in the house today. A gentleman who was locked out of the hallway, and I said, "Come on in, man." Eli, what's up? Say what's up, man.
Yeah, you can just jump. You gotta jump in there.
Jump in.
Slide over.
Yeah, slide over. Say what's up to the
guys?
people.
This is your boy Eli, the house guy, Best Home Solutions repping. We're in the house.
Look
Thanks for letting me here.
Yeah.
He knew.
Hey, he knew
exactly why.
I'm taking those 15 seconds and I'm promoting the shit out of my business.
Said, hey,
I
we
love
gotta
it.
finally use our tagline. Hey guys, Eli the home guy, and
I love it. So you're a home guy. You flip houses.
Flip houses, yeah.
I've seen you on those.
Picking me up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's picking you up enough.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Coming to HGTV TV new
within 2 years.
Within 2 years.
HGTV.
Yeah, I like it.
So we flip, we wholesale. We basically bring investors cheap houses for the low. You want to get a good real estate deal, you come to me.
Goddamn. Sign me up twice. You want to be on the sponsor of this podcast? Well, I'll trade you a spot for a house. Sound fair?
We could talk about that. Business.
Hey, side note, one cool thing. I do like some of those flipping house shows are just absolutely electric. You know what else I like? One of my guilty pleasures. Like, I don't know if it's still on, but the tiny house hunters. Yeah. I love that shit.
You like that shit?
I love small spaces.
I could never do it, bro.
Like, you can never live it or you can never flip it.
I could never live it. I don't know about flip it. I mean, there's a cool company called Boxable, and basically they put a house together for you, and you can get houses that are like they're tiny, 500 square feet.
That's dope.
And they just come out. But I mean, there's a waiting list and there's like a whole process. But could I do it? Nah, bro. I used to live in a tight space, so for me to go back to that, nah, I'm good.
Did you live by yourself though?
For a little bit.
Yeah. I think so. I lived in a small space, but when you're by yourself, it's you make it work. Now with the family, with a significant other,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
got
little
wife
different.
and a kid and one on the way.
Yeah, see, tiny house wouldn't work for
It's
you.
not gonna work.
I like the places where it's like this would be my dining table, and then you like on the bottom it'd be my bed too. It's like this is the table, this is the dining room, this is the bed, and small spaces are the shit. I love it. And then right across, like over here is like the bathroom and the shower, and then I got my stove over there. I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. It kind of sounds like an overglorified jail cell. To me.
Yeah, probably what it is. That's my comfort zone. You know, I'm in
Fair
and out
enough.
of jail
To
all
each
the
their
time.
own. I like it. I respect it. That's cool.
So yeah, welcome in the show. I mean,
Thanks, man. Thanks,
hopefully
guys, for having me.
your locksmith guy. What's the ETA
He's actually
on?
buzzing my phone right now, which is
Really?
awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'd be like, hey, let's go. Got a couple other things that we wanted to talk about. So we mentioned like personal resolutions. I'm not a big New Year's resolution guy. Are you, Eric?
Nah. Like I like to think I'd like to do that, but every year I when it comes around this time, I just really look at. I'm like I set goals so often that
You don't sit around and wait for the new year.
I'm
to
just
make 'em
always
happen.
doing the next thing.
I love it. I feel the same way. I think New Year's resolutions, I think they're a cool kind of like, maybe this is the time that you kind of reflect on what you want to do, but there ain't no need to sit around and wait for the new year. I will say though, this year I do have a New Year's resolution. And I feel like last year, one of the things that I'm most proud, like I've never been a runner. I'm not a runner. I hate running. But I probably ran over, and when I average it out, like I've ran hundreds of miles. It was crazy. I'm averaging like probably like 3 to 4 miles a day. And I've never in my life thought I would ever be that person who runs. But it wasn't a New Year's resolution. It wasn't anything. If anything, it was kind of out of necessity, where it's like I was no longer at the gym that I worked at when I was at the radio station. We had a full gym. So I was like, well, I still want to work out. I still want to do things. So I just started running. And then it was one of these things. By the way, I'm still waiting for that runner's high where people are like, oh, when you run, it's going to feel great. You're going to feel that runner's high. I just ran 8 miles and I'm waiting for all I feel is these jelly legs. When's that supposed to kick in? After how many miles? Because that is not kicking in. But this year, my resolution, and call it a resolution, call it whatever you want to call it. I don't know if I'd even call it a resolution, but what I want to do is take more chances on like reaching out to people, connecting with people. So much of my life, and I don't like this about myself, but I think a lot of people can relate to this. We wait till the moment is right. We wait till, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Some of the greatest things that I've done personally in my own life are things that I haven't necessarily been ready for. I sit around and I'm waiting for this opportunity. I'm like, oh, am I ready for that? It's like a lot of the things I wasn't ready when I got my radio show. I wasn't ready for that. And I didn't know what I was doing at first, but we turned it into what it turned into. It was a great success. We had a lot of fun. And I wasn't necessarily like, okay, now's the time. Let's go. No, I was just like, you know what? Let's just go do it. There's some certain things that I want to do. I want to jump into fields that I want to just try. I feel like I can
jump in the field. It sounds like you want to jump into.
Well, I've done that too. But I want to jump into fields that I've never jumped into, but I'm confident enough in who I am and some of the God-given talent that I have to jump into certain, like I want to try. I've always said I want to do like some kind of acting stuff, right? I want to do, I just want to jump into things like that. Reach out to people, like talk to people. Like there's ideas that I have in my head that I'm like, it would be cool to do. This is the year where I'm going to reach out to those people and just be like, all right, let's do it. Let's talk. How can we get from here to make that happen? Whether I'm ready for it or not. And then also growing the podcast in the way that, these are still the infancy stages, ages, whatever you want to call it, of this whole podcast. So I feel like we've gotten into a good place as far as okay, we're on this schedule. We're getting this at least once a week out. We're doing this. It's like, okay, what's the next evolution for our YouTube? What's the next evolution for our content? Outside of just podcast clips and things like that. So evolving this, growing this, and just trying a whole new things, whether I feel like I'm ready for it or not. Just reaching out to people. And look, there's going to be 99% of this stuff that I reach out for isn't going to work. But guess what? That 1% thing, it could be what is the next big thing. Instead of this year where I was just like so focused on getting this off the ground, now we evolve from here and then grow and try just stuff that I've always kind of wanted to try personally. How about you?
No, I think that's dope. That you're doing everything that well, you're setting something different than what you used to. So I think naturally with everything you're doing, you're gonna continue being disciplined. Because I mean, look at what we've got. What episode is this?
This is 20.
See, like, and when you really look at like the trial and error, the little, all the moments we had, like just you starting all this, you know what I'm saying? From, let's be honest, remember the first episode, you know, was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, go ahead, say it. No,
it was a retake. The first
I
episode,
thought it was great. What are you trying to say?
No, it was good, but you just were finding your comfort, and we came back in for episode 2, and by the end of it, I was like, how'd it go? You're like, oh, I redid 1.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? But I completely understood when you said you did it, because like I knew how much this meant to you, like because we were kind of getting through the setup stage, and yeah, like you wanted to get it right the first time, and everything else after that has been this very organic, real, you know, of just pouring out, you know, how you wanted to grow, you know. So.
And it's funny to think like we haven't retaken any other episodes. That was the one. And remember what I said after that? I was just like
I promise.
It sucks, but you just got to do it. Again, not being ready for it, just kind of let's put this out, you know? Yeah. Let's put it out. And here we are, literally 20 episodes later.
Yeah.
Back to resolutions. What do you have?
I mean, you know a little bit of my life right now in the moment. So I don't know, man. I get really excited about these positions. So I would say do more than what I'm used to and get back. You know what? I'll say this. This year I did really well, and I feel like I was on the top of the mountain for a long time this year. And towards the end, you know, there's, like I said today on a story post, like there's peaks and valleys
Absolutely
in this forever cycle of your life. And, you know, you have to find places to grow at the top, the middle, and the bottom. And sometimes when things get really, really great, you get really comfortable and you lose all these little things that got you to this place where you felt so comfortable. And I think for the first time I got comfortable, and I didn't care to feel discomfort for a while. And so I think this, I don't even want to say it's a goal, because I already know I'm naturally going to get back to this. So just being, not getting comfortable, you know, and getting back to this very, a lot of people see what I do as very disciplined already, and, you know, but to my personal standard, I'm just going to start going harder and, you know, just take advantage of that I can still do all the things I'm doing.
Absolutely. I think that's a good one, because I think sometimes when you reach a certain point of success, you're like, okay, well, this worked for me. It's like, let's just continue doing that. And it's just like, okay, now let's pivot. What's the next step? What's the next evolution in this whole thing? Yeah. All right. Up next, just to put a bow on that, not a big resolution guy, but I am excited to it's almost like I'm excited to get rejected, to be like, hey, let's link up and do this. And it's like not getting a DM. Or I have this crazy idea that's actually I think it would be hilarious. I want to do a lot more things like around town. Maybe a live episode somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
Maybe like one thing, and I don't know. I'm just gonna say, fuck it. I want, I don't know how this would even happen, if it's even possible. The Christmas parade, the Bakersfield Christmas parade is a big thing here, right? I want to do like a live, like I want to call it.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I want to call the Christmas parade, and
You
that's a
can do
random, and that's a random idea but I want to have it legit.
We could do that. No, all we need to do is put lighting. We need a canopy, and then this. That's it. A generator, and we'll have it a distance away, so it's not the loud. But this is already going to be suppressed based off of how we have the audio.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine.
So
Like
the Christmas parade, like just get out there, just have like a banner that says "I love you," say it back, or maybe just our stuff right here, whatever. I don't know if we have to get special permission. This is what I mean. Like,
no, you don't.
There's
need
things that just want to do stuff. Right? Live episode.
Wow.
Calling the Christmas parade. And here come the nerds from East High School waving those little color guard things, the little rifles.
Hey, those memes where it says, me and my friends after episode 1, they're in handcuffs.
Yeah. Virginia rocks, right, nerd? And they're like, I've spent 7 months learning to flip this thing. Who chooses? Are you a color guard guy? Hell yeah, we'll take some water. Did you do color guard, Eli?
He's from Canada, by the way.
No way.
Yeah, he's born in Canada. He's not.
Attaboy. With the Vallarta? I love it. That's cultured, man.
Yeah.
Aquí hablamos su idioma. Hablamos español.
Okay.
He just said okay with like in a paisa accent. That's good enough. From Vallarta. Can you say Vallarta? Vallarta. That's really well. From Canada?
Yeah, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
So you must be a real nice guy.
Might be. Let your audience judge.
Yeah.
Hey. So I know this isn't when you talk. So what did you think when we first got together and we're going through this process? Like before you really knew
the
me.
podcast?
Yeah, like just be like, this guy's helping me.
So when I first reached out and we had our first conversation, I'll be honest, I thought you had already. And I know you had done several podcasts, but I thought you had like the podcast thing, like you were
Down
years
pat,
deep.
yeah.
No, you were years deep in it. Come to find out, you were launching other parts of your businesses that this wasn't like a priority or a thing that you had like really launched.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we're gonna learn this a lot of this together. You had the equipment, you had the cameras, you had the lighting, you had so much stuff going on. But we still had to figure out, and I thought that was really cool. But once we had the conversation, and I knew, I was like,
and remember, a lot of it was I knew everything, but once we got it down to your like, I wanted to help you make sure it was as easy as possible. So I was trying to help with the editing stuff. I'm like, hey, that's actually how it happened. I'm like, so you can do editing yourself, but I know you don't know how to. And then we started looking through all the other stuff.
yep.
And then that, even though we haven't necessarily used that yet, that was a big turning point in knowing like we're really just doing this together.
Yeah, and then the whole like the nights that we spent here, like the overnights, we stayed here several times till like 7 a.m. And I hadn't even announced that I was going to do a podcast. I hadn't even announced that there was anything going on. But I knew, I was like, okay, he's in this, and I needed someone like that because like we've talked about before. This project has taken a lot of forms, where it was supposed to be with these people in this group, where now it turned into you, who was like totally down to take this on and like learn as we went along. And I think it was exactly what I needed, that commitment, and that like someone was as all in as I was.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah.
What about you? I'll ask you the same question.
Yeah, I get everything for me. You like from the time you came in here, remember Mel and whatever. It's always just very like being myself. If you remember coming out, so people know what I'm talking about. I brought Vic in to see the room, the studio, and we actually shot a podcast, like a fake podcast, just so he could see how the setup would be and how it kind of, what the feel and environment would have. And And that's how that started. But I also know there's still a process. You know, you got to get a logo, you got to get this done and this done. So there, and you kind of knew that I was super busy, and that was kind of when I did the back and forth thing to make sure you didn't feel alone, and yeah.
Did you think at any point like, oh, this guy's just full of shit? He's
No.
like another person who wants to start a podcast
No,
and
no,
like, not
if-
in.
if
Because there's a lot of people like that where it's like, I want to start a podcast. It's like,
Yeah. If I felt that way, the only reason I did all the stuff I did with you is because I just knew how passionate you were about it. Like you said, I'm like, even with my boy that's an artist, like we help those stuff get him involved. Anyone that's passionate about something, like truly, truly, you could feel it. And like, this is literally what you've been wanting to do. It's what you've been doing. So
it's the
when you
reason why I left my job.
Yeah. So when you
know?
transition to this and you're asking me for help, and I'm the type, if I don't know something, I'm gonna learn it. And all it was me doing it with someone that I know really wants to do it, and it helps me too because I'm shooting my own podcast as well, you know,
Yep.
and I'm doing it for other people. So it was still a win-win. But I mean, you have a genuine space, you know. So we just kind of always locked in.
Yeah, no, it made a lot of sense just in every aspect. It felt right. And I don't even know if you can describe it. It just, when we connected, when we talked, it was like,
Yeah, it turned into us going to Miami, doing
Yeah.
everything else we've been doing. You
yeah,
know,
even
so-
outside of this, we became really good friends.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this next topic isn't really about us being friends. It's actually quite the opposite. We got to give the people a fantasy update.
Ooh,
Jesus.
yeah. Speaking of Miami, yeah.
Man. So fantasy update, if you've been keeping up with everything going on.
And we're
you-
50-50, by the way. Right
you
now.
and I
That's
both,
crazy.
Yeah, let's back up to kind of explain how we got here. So you and I both made the playoffs. I was a 3rd seed. You were 5th or 6th?
Fifth.
Seed. We both had opening round matchups, which we both won. So we advanced. We were in the final 4. And we advanced to play. He played the number 1 seed, and I played whoever it was after that.
Yeah.
This week, and the projections were not good. We were both projected to lose, and that's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
we
I wish
lost.
I could come in and be like, and if we overcame all the odds, and now we're both in the fight. No, we both got
It's
our ass
total
whooped.
opposite. Yeah. It's just like it happened exactly how it was projected.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, it was not pretty. But now, you and I are going to be playing this week for 3rd place, which I know what you're thinking. Vic, only losers talk about 3rd place. Why would you talk about, like, I get it. I agree. I'm not here for 3rd place.
Yeah. I'm here
But-
for my money back.
Yeah, but 3rd place actually has significance, financial significance, and we're playing for basically our league is a $200 buy-in, so it's essentially loser doesn't have to pay. So 1st place gets $1,400, 2nd place gets double your money, which is $400, and then 3rd place doesn't have to pay the league fees. It's your money back.
Yeah.
So we are playing for something.
Yeah.
And Lord knows I can't afford to lose. But it's interesting because we are 50-50. If you guys follow
Yeah,
fantasy
it's
football,
so wild.
it's crazy that we really are
We're-
50-50.
and here I'm gonna let them know the point projection.
Okay.
My points are projected to be 129.19. You're projected to be 129.16.
It's insane. And I might have to adjust my lineup to where
My lineup, I think, is what I might keep it at, unless Pacheco can't go. Or I might play around and put Stroud in if he's healthy.
yeah, but it'll be interesting. Okay, so this week we have to do something.
Yeah.
Like more so than the 200. Like we got to figure something out. But yeah, so that's kind of the fantasy update. By next episode, we'll know who won.
You want to go snowboarding next week? Mountain High?
It depends and see if I win.
That's what I was gonna say. Well, you know what? Maybe I was gonna say we'll pay the other person's fees.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool for a day. Yeah, that'd be tight. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But I think-
we're gonna go next week for my boy's birthday.
I think one of us having to chug a can of tomato soup would be pretty hilarious.
Chug
content.
a can of tomato soup.
Yeah.
I'll do that maybe
Shotgun.
if it's warm.
Okay.
Do it warm.
Oh. The baby wants it heated up.
Yeah.
Room temperature, disgusting. You put it 2 minutes in the microwave,
That's
I'm
sick,
all in.
bro. Yeah.
Imagine what yours would look like.
There's
You
no,
think-
I don't think it's. I mean, I'm sure
He's on
this-
his
I'm
period.
sure no one's. Have you seen this happen before? Is this
No, I
you've
just
seen
something
done?
I saw.
You just threw that out there, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta
Gotta get creative.
throw things on the wall, see what sticks.
Mm.
Okay, I've been looking forward to this all day. I have a weird
Fetish.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say obsession, but and people always say like it's because you want a baby. It's because you want it. Like I don't, but I just think I think baby names are so interesting. Eli, you said you had a kid.
Yep.
How many kids do you have?
I have one and one on the way.
Wow, congratulations! When is
Congrats.
the next one gonna arrive?
The next one is going to be the due date is June 10th,
Okay.
which is the day. Let me make sure I get this right on record.
Yeah, you don't want your girl listening to
After
this.
My girl and I's anniversary.
Wow. Wait, are you guys married?
Huh?
Are you married?
We're about to be.
Congratulations! You got a big 2024 coming up.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
So, what? Okay, so how old's your first?
My first is 4. She's
4.
45.
Okay, and what's her name?
Her name is Lily.
Lily. And was there any significance to the name, or was it just something that you and your wife agreed? Like, you know what, we both like the name. Let's name her Lily.
You know what? There's a bit of it. So I wanted a boy. She came out a girl. I wasn't mad. I got creative. Lil E is little me. but
Lil
it's a
E.
girl. So Lily.
Yeah, get close to that mic right there so we could hear it a little bit.
Okay, let me restate that in the Reader's Digest format. Basically, Lily is little E because I wanted a boy and a girl came out.
Okay,
That's
Lily.
the story. So I
Okay.
got creative with it. Her middle name is named after her name is after my mom. My mom's name is Maddie Eve, which is a French and Haitian name.
Okay.
And then my daughter's middle name is Yvette. So that was the significance for me. And then my girl likes flowers. Her middle name is Rose. So Lily and Rose, those are flowers. I liked flowers growing up because I was a mama's boy. And then so it just kind of made sense to give her that name.
Ladies are gonna love that.
Yeah,
Our
I'm a
target
charmer.
our target audience for this podcast is all female. It's like female 18 to 52. So they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, we want to see Eli. He's a mama's boy and likes flowers.
Well, if you know where the creative crew is at, I'm right beside them.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so maybe you can play along with us.
Sure.
These are, and maybe we can give you some baby names. Do you have a name decided already for? Are you having a boy or a girl?
It always comes up. I don't actually want to know until the baby comes out.
That's exciting. So you
Yeah.
better be ready for boy.
Here's the mindset behind it. My thought process is
To the mic.
if
Get
I
closer to the
want a
mic.
boy-
Closer to the mic.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah.
If I want a boy, and this whole time I'm prepping myself to get a boy, and a girl comes out, I'm going to be upset.
Yep.
But if I have the mindset that if I have a healthy baby, I'm good either way.
Yeah.
So by thinking that way, I'm cool with finding out when the baby comes.
You came to the right place for that because one of these episodes, we taught my opening rant, my opening statement was expectations determine our happiness. If I'm expecting the Lakers, who are my team, to go to the NBA Finals and that is the only option, then I'm going to be real disappointed when they come short in the Western Conference Finals, even though that's still a good year. But if I'm like, this season's a wash, whatever, and then they succeed, they go above that, then I'm gonna be like, well, my expectations were down here, they went up here. So it's like you're setting your expectations to where you're gonna be happy either way. You're a smart man.
Well, I like to take the path of least resistance. And so someone else carved that mentality out for me, and it kind of made sense, and I ran with it. And so far, the trick behind having that mentality, the indifference mentality, is to show up daily and to choose to show up daily. So now you're intentional about your day. Forgive me.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
I love it.
So
Yeah.
all you have to do is just show up and be consistent at whatever it is, and you're gonna get the result by default.
Absolutely.
You know
I
what I'm
love that
saying?
mentality.
So that's the trick behind it. You can't just have that mentality and be indifferent about everything because you got to have something to care about.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So as long as you have something to care about, something that you believe in, and whatever it is that you see for yourself, just show up and every single day, just be consistent. Eventually it's going to happen.
There's no other way to do it.
That's
And
it.
yeah, I tell you what, man, I didn't even get into the last rough 48 hours where it's like I'm going through that as we build. This is barely our 20th episode.
Oh, sweet.
And it's growing, but in my mind I want it to be like much further along. But there's a process to this. And some days you show up, you're like, oh, what am I doing? How much of it, what? And then, but showing up every day, being consistent, taking the time, putting your passion, and making sure that shows through. And eventually, like you said, it's all gonna show up in one way or another. So this next episode this next segment is called Yes or No. And all you have to do is say yes or no. Y'all can both play along. I'm going to read you a baby name for 2024. These are some what experts predict are going to be the most popular baby names of next year. And you're going to tell me if you like it, yes or no. Okay?
Okay.
Eric, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. First name is a boy name. Cleo.
No.
Eric? So Eli says no. Eric, I love that name. Cleo? That's a
boy name?
Yeah, it sounds like an intellect.
Sounds like
You know, I had the
that
same
sounds
thought
like a
process
girl
too.
name to me.
Really? Okay, so I guess we'll leave genders out. We'll just read the name.
Like Cleopatra,
it-
you know?
Yeah, maybe it is.
Cleopatra's
Maybe it is a girl name. Cleo. I don't know. I like it. I like it either.
Cleon. That sounds weird.
Now you're pushing it, buddy. Now you're just making shit up over there.
So Cleo sounds like the girl version of Theo, like Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
And Cleon sounds like you play Star Trek too much.
Cleon.
Yeah.
You have to say Cleon. Cleon.
Okay, nerd. Okay, next
I feel like
name.
That guy would get picked on in school.
Oh, no doubt. Next game. This one is interesting. Bear.
Oh, yeah, that's my my brother just got a puppy and they named him Bear.
Really?
Yeah, chocolate lab.
Bear.
For me,
So,
No, I would
Oh,
never,
okay.
ever name any of my kids Bear.
what about you, Eli?
No.
No, we're all in agreement. Bear, great name for a dog, maybe for
maybe-
a pet.
Maybe a middle name.
Or a bear.
Isn't there like a significance in the gay community to what they call bears? My buddy told me this when we were golfing. He's a big dude, and he said that one time he was out somewhere. How did he tell me the story? He was out somewhere at a club, at a bar, or something like that, and they were like, "Hey, you're like a bear," and that's what they call like the big burly guys, like the
that are
dominant
gay.
ones in their
Yeah,
relationship.
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't think it has to do with that. My brother's dog's name, but no, I don't think I've heard.
So
Never
bear,
heard that.
bear for a kid, not really.
I think that's more of a nickname.
yeah. No, I'm gonna call my buddy Bear. Okay, next name. For sure, I know this one's a girl name, but it's 2024. We're gonna leave that out. Ophelia.
Ophelia. Yeah. Nah, it sounds like a super. That sounds like a 1920s.
What are you,
name.
0 for 3 in?
That sounds like a 1920s girl's name. Like I see her wearing a big, one of those big dresses with the corsets and stuff.
Okay. What about you, Eli?
I feel like. Would I name that to my? Would I give that daughter? that name
Yeah,
to
would
my
it be an
daughter?
option for you? Would you?
That's
Do you like it?
definitely Not an option for me, but I feel like if you grew up in a different part of the world, like England or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It sounds like a princess name, Ophelia, in a Disney movie.
yeah,
Right.
like if you were from like over there where they have all the castles and stuff.
Yeah,
think
I
that would
like
work.
it. I like Ophelia. Maybe it just reminds me of that Lumineer song. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind. No. Okay, next one. Rhodes. RHODES. Rhodes.
Definitely not.
We got road mics right here.
Rhodes.
Uh,
Spelled a little different.
roads. Yeah, it's still a no for me, bro.
No.
I'm not digging these. What
You're-
are these again? These are
These are what experts predict are going to be the most popular names for babies in 2024.
I wonder who are the experts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These have
We're
to,
the
I hate to
experts.
say it, these have to be white people, bro. These have to be white people. There's just no way any Mexican saying bear and Ophelia.
Yeah. And no,
Or
Ophelia?
black,
Yeah, you say Ophelia. Ophelia?
Yeah,
Come
if-
on,
Yeah,
dog.
if you'd say it
Yeah.
that way.
This is mi bebé, Ophelia. Ooh, that's ugly. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll take that back.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we can all agree Rhodes is a no.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So I read this one wrong the first time when I was going through the show notes and show prep. I first read it as Elodie, but it's Elodie. ELODIE.
I like that.
Elodie.
I like that right there. That sounds like a famous name. Elodie. Yeah, that sounds dope. I like that. How you
Elodie
spell it?
Johnson. Elodie. Elodie. I mean, I guess you could pronounce it Elodie, but Elodie is.
Honestly, it sounds like a name you would give to an upcoming artist to have something that's attractive and like really pops. It's different. Elodie.
Elodie. I like it. What about you,
I would
Eli?
do that.
I feel like Elodie would be a good name for a piano player.
Yeah, I can see that. Some sophisticated.
Yeah.
Or
This
like
guy-
a house music DJ name. Elodie.
Yeah,
Ladies
that
and
guy.
gentlemen, Elodie, and then like a bunch of golf claps, like in an orchestra. All right, next name. This one's interesting. Renzo. Renzo. It's unique for sure. Renzo. I'll go first since you guys are. I'm gonna say no on Renzo. It reminds me. Well,
I
reminds me of like NFL Red Zone.
don't like it.
Are you an NFL guy, Eli?
I'm more of an NBA guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your squad? Toronto.
I got two squads. I got a squad from the East and a squad from the West. Toronto, I always rep Toronto because that's home,
Yeah.
but that's not my squad. It's Boston in the East,
Oh Jesus.
Golden State in the West. Not gonna lie.
Get out. Get out, Eli.
Hey, but I'm not one of them bandwagon guys. I was there from the Believe team.
From
Baron
08?
Davis days, yes.
Oh, wait. You're talking about
Steven
the-
Jackson, Baron Davis, those old
Jason
guys.
Richardson.
Jason Richardson was another one, yeah.
Whew. Yeah, that's throwing it back.
Yeah, I
When they
jumped on
beat-
the bandwagon when they beat Utah in game 6.
What about when they beat the Mavericks as the 8 seed? Remember that year?
I think it was Utah.
No, it was the Mavericks. And Mavericks were the 1 seed, and Baron Davis and the Golden State Warriors were the 1 seed. I'm pretty sure on that.
Bro, I think it was Utah.
Okay, you might have me on that one if you were a
I
fan.
think it was Utah. But one way or another, way back then is when I jumped on.
Baron Davis. I was a big fan of Baron Davis.
Yeah. My
So
sister
Renzo.
wears his- I have jerseys of him back home. My sisters wear them at home. Yeah, so we're all Baron Davis.
Baron Davis. He's in the movies now doing things like that.
He's a cool guy.
Okay, Renzo, yes or no?
No, for Renzo. I actually know Renzo. He's a cool cat. And
But his name sucks.
yeah, I just give that to my kid.
Like
Not gonna lie.
Lorenzo. I'm not a fan of Lorenzo, or this seems to be the shortened version.
Yeah, no.
What about you, Eric?
I don't like it.
Okay.
Sounds like a jujitsu kid's name.
Yeah. Trying too hard like Spike or Max, like the bully in the old movies. Oh, get away from Storm. All right, next name, Enola. Enola, Enola. I might be pronounced Enola, Enola. Make of it what you.
Enola.
Yep.
Enola. Yeah, Enola.
Enola,
I feel like
Enola,
that's too close
Enola.
to
I'd want
Ebola.
to say Inala, but
Yeah.
it might be Inala. That sounds probably the best way for me to like want to say it.
Yeah.
But if it's Enola, that's a Eno for me.
Yeah. I think that's a no.
Sounds like
Sounds
some.
too close to Ebola.
Ebola,
like-
yeah, I agree.
Sounds like a cooking oil or something.
Yeah. All right, Apollo.
Apollo's dope. I would go with Apollo.
Apollo.
But still, I feel like I'm almost calling like a human being a pet name. Come here, Apollo. There he is.
All right, there's Apollo.
There
Come
he
on,
goes.
buddy.
Apollo, sit.
Here's how I feel about Apollo. I feel like you can't name an infant Apollo. I feel like Apollos are automatically like 50 years old. You can't, you can't be like, no, there's no Apollos that
It's
are
like
born.
a Dolores.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't be a 10-year-old Dolores.
What's the nickname for Dolores? Delolo?
That or like a Phyllis. Those are all like all my tias and grandma's names. Like, bro, like there's no way I can see anyone that's in the teenage years being those type of names.
Dude, I did a top 5. I did like a power rankings of like just old people names. That like, there's no infants that are born. Like Chester was like number 1. It's like there's no Chesters that are like, it's Chester's first birthday. Nah, them motherfuckers that 45 right now. There is no first birthday for Chester's. He's born 50. Apollo, I'm gonna say I like the name, sophisticated, but I can't see a child named Apollo,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go no. How about you?
There's one kid that has the name Achilles. which I actually kind of like.
I love that name, Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah,
Dope. Yeah, I've
it's
always
actually
thought that.
he's my nephew actually, but could Apollo work? It could work, not for a black kid though. That guy would be, I don't know, he'd be a different Apollo for sure.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah, but that guy was Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, next name,
or Italian or something.
Romy.
Romy's dope. I actually like Romy. Romy Rivera, bro, that's fucking dope.
You're getting ahead of
He sounds
yourself.
like
Look
a
at this
fucking
boy.
fast ass boxer, dog. And coming in quick with the left and the right. Romy Rivera. Oh my God, he knocks him out.
Romy. How about you,
Romy,
Eli?
I think I would pronounce it Rami.
Rami?
Rami.
Nah, that sounds like I'm eating some noodles now.
Rami. I need some Rami.
Hey, Rami.
I'm
couple noodles.
stoned. Make me some Rami noodles.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I would call him Rami. Not gonna lie, that's what popped into my head.
Romy sounds dope. It almost sounds like a Greek god, bro. Cause Rome, Rome, Greek gods.
So you say yes, Romy. You say
I'd say still no.
no.
You have to go with a Greek god name as a middle name if you go Romy, like Romy, Zeus, Rivera.
But you know what? You're seeing it as a boy name. I'm seeing it kind of like as a girl name, Romy.
I think it's like an Alex.
Right. It's a
You know.
gender neutral.
Yeah.
All right. Next name, Asher.
That's Jacob. That's Jake's son's name. I like Asher.
I
It's
like that
it's,
name
it's
too.
It's fun, bro.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun
Asher's
name.
cool. Like
It sounds like the
I
name-
love college.
Yeah.
Had this one girl completely
in my head,
naked.
if you were to change like the Toy Story kid owner's name to Asher, I think it hits hard too. You know?
Asher, what's his name?
What was his name on Toy Story?
The bad kid?
No. Andy. I think you could change it to Asher and you'd be like, Asher's.
That is
better.
the most random, is a
That's my
very
thought.
specific thing that I've ever heard in my life. That's how you know you're feeling good. You're feeling a
Yeah,
little
but this makes
loose and
it a good
relaxed.
little topic, you know.
Okay, Asher, I say yes on Asher. You say
I say no, that's a white kid's name.
yeah. So I know you guys can't see, but my man is not white. I'll tell you that much.
Eli is black.
Hey, yeah, that's why I
Eli's
thought it was.
chocolate black.
And he's drinking Vallarta water, which is
Yeah, you have
freaking-
good skin, bro.
Thanks, man.
cultured.
For real.
No,
Caribbean. That's where it
Dude,
comes.
this dude has really good skin.
He's probably like 60, and he looks at this is great.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Now you're really pushing the defense for black don't crack, bro. Like you have a routine that you should let anybody know about? No,
I
you just
wash
day to
my
day.
face with soap and water.
Okay.
Actually, I do exfoliate.
Mm.
I do
Okay,
some
gentlemen.
exfoliating. You know.
I'm sure girls are gonna be so upset to hear that. They're gonna be like, "I buy all these damn things, and all he's doing is soap and water."
No,
This
this
is a boss.
dude's face looks like he has like edit already after like post.
Oh, the
like
Paris
his-
filter.
Yeah, he's like
My man's
so
got the Paris
smooth,
filter on Instagram.
Smooth.
Sick.
All right, last name here before we start all blowing Eli here. Davina.
Too close to Deville, but Davina, I like it. I like it.
Davina.
But I feel like this is a toxic name, and your daughter's gonna end up growing up
Toxica.
like mean. Sounds like just you end up being a mean girl.
Davina.
Davina sounds like a Sagittarius woman's name.
Yeah.
Sagittarius.
I won't
Sagittarius,
understand that.
December, man, they're fire signs. Those girls are aggressive.
I
Well, I
don't
mean, I don't want to say aggressive. They don't have much emotion, that's for sure. And if they do, they don't show a lot of it. Your girl audience is gonna
Hey,
be like, "Hey,
I was gonna
know
say,
it's sad." Yeah, for real,
I don't
watch.
understand it, but I know the audience is gonna be like,
He right,
preach.
Yeah.
But Sagittarius men ain't
Yeah,
shit.
they're
I
gonna
can
be
hear
like,
somebody
"What-
saying that.
What about a Pisces? They're gonna be asking you to give my opinion on the next one.
Yeah.
Next
Um,
zodiac sign.
So yeah, those are the names that are pretty. Oh wait, I got a couple more. Harley.
Too white for me, but yeah, Harley's cool. Harley's
Take
not that
over for
bad.
a second. I'm gonna plug my thing in. Harley, what do we think of Harley?
Harley's not the one for me. Go ahead, Eli.
I have once upon a time in high school, there was this girl named Harley. I think we all know about Harley without having to say anything about Harley. So no. Hell no.
I love that name, Harley.
Yeah,
I
bet you
love
do.
it. I love it. Next one, Valkyrie.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd like the jokes that would end up coming, like at some point for certain, groups. and
Ride.
Bullying, yeah.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Wasn't that a movie?
Yeah, I think it was. No, the Valor. I think it's like something Valor.
No, I think it was Valkyrie.
Maybe.
Maybe
I wonder
I'm
what it
wrong.
means, but Valkyrie does sound cool, but it sounds more of like a. I don't know if I'd ever use Valkyrie. Nah, I gotta say no.
I'm gonna say no as well. To me, it's too similar to Valerie, and I'm not just
Yeah.
like that name. Again, that's one of those like you got to be born 50 years old if your name is Valerie.
Valkyrie just sounds like.
If we have any Valeries listening, we love you. I'm just,
I think of
stating facts.
Velcro, like.
Velcro, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about right now.
How about you, Eli? Valkyrie, yes or no?
I'm thinking of a European girl, Valkyrie.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I can
European
see that.
girl.
Wow.
Yeah,
If you
now
start
you-
painting a picture, yeah.
Now you're
that's-
turning me on.
Wait, let me take some steps back.
Yeah, Valkyrie. I feel like that's a Russian girl's name,
Valkyrie.
or a girl from like the Czech Republic or something. Yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah, Valkyrie was a film from 2008. I think Brad Pitt was in it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking
There's
Oh no, it's
also-
Tom Cruise. I'm
I
sorry.
think in Call of Duty, the game, there's a Valkyrie rocket. So I feel like that kind of girl would follow you around and you'd get in trouble for
Oh
foul
yeah,
shit.
just one of those torpedoes in the water.
She just knows where you're at all times. Can't hide that phone code.
So Valkyrie, I say no. Eric, you say,
Nah.
and then Eli, you say no.
Hard pass.
Next one, Noli or Nolly, Nolie.
No, it
Hey,
sounds like
no lie. No lie,
no
no lie, no lie, yeah, yeah.
Noli, maybe, but that sounds like cannoli, and then nolly sounds like a skateboard nolly, and I just couldn't do it.
How you doing, Tommy DeVito? Little
Yeah.
cannoli here. How you doing? How you doing? Noli, I like it. How about you?
Squishing
No.
like a nolly. Yeah.
So no, yes, nerds. Next name, Leah. Lei. So it's Leah or Leia. I'm gonna say actually it's gonna be Leia. Leia. Leia.
Leia.
Yeah,
Oh, Leia. Yeah, that sounds dope.
that's a beautiful
I like
name.
that's a beautiful name. Leia. Okay.
L-E-I-A.
Wow. I think I have some options now. Like when I ever actually have a kid again, or
Okay.
again. I mean,
Jesus Christ. What are you?
I don't have a kid. By the way, I don't know why I said that. When I have a kid again. I
When
meant,
I have a
I
kid
meant
again.
in a relationship again. I'm not in a relationship.
Okay,
yeah,
Eli.
Leia.
Like Princess Leia.
You know what? Leia would. I feel like if I had a daughter and we ended up naming her Leia, that would be because that's my girl wanting to have some kind of Hispanic tone to a name. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I more like, I think about my daughter now, Lily. I had more reasons to name her Lily than my girl did, right? So
Right.
She would choose the next one, and I don't think she would choose the name Leia, but like, if she wanted to use that name, it would have to be because she's Mexican.
Oh,
Saying?
so you like Latina girls?
Bro, my girl is Latina.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
like Latina shit.
You guys want to
came
know
the
a
right
funny
place.
story real quick?
Hey, hit it. Just get close to the mic.
When I was 9 years old, I watched Selena for the first time.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you watch Hot Latina MILF 7, and that's where it all changed. That's what
He
happened to
said
me
that
when I was 8.
the video after.
You watched Selena? And then
Selena
you was
didn't fully
upset.
do it for me.
Go ahead.
So Selena, I watched the movie when I was 9 years old in my
Close to the mic. To the mic. To the mic.
to the mic. My bad.
This
Act
is a
like
great
he's not over
story.
there.
All right. So I watched the show Selena, the movie Selena when I was 9 years old. And I was like, damn, these are the most beautiful girls on the planet. And then shortly after 9, about 10 years old, I have family in Mexico, in San Luis Potosí.
Okay.
So when I was young, they came up to Canada where I was at to visit, and I met my cousin, but I didn't know she was my cousin.
Oh boy.
And
This
girl
is gonna
came
get
in,
good. Keep going.
and she piqued my interest, and I thought of her like Selena. Come to find out, she's my older cousin.
Wait, is this one of those like I'm only your step cousin trap?
It wasn't one of those. You know, I kind of kept to myself as a kid because I had all girls in my family, so I was already used to being around girls. So I just kind of just kept my cool and kept my thoughts to myself. But at the same time, I still thought she was pretty hot.
Yeah, that is great. Might be the best story told on this podcast so far. That's fantastic. You're not my real bro. You're just my step bro. Like, oh, in real life. So
then that was my fixation. That's where the fixation to Latina women came from. And then I found me a girl on Instagram when I was up in Toronto and sliding in DMs. And I met me a Latina and I kept her. She's from here. So here I am.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yep.
So she got you to move out here?
Actually, I made an executive decision to move out here. So I started flipping houses when I was in Toronto. I was working for a company. But at the time, I couldn't afford to actually buy a house to actually do anything with it. Not that you need it, but the price per house in Toronto is like $1 million plus. When I came over here,
that's it.
My first, $1 million plus is like, this is 2017.
I'm kidding.
Oh yeah. All right, that one went over my head. My bad. So yeah, but I mean, it goes into the story, right? So when I looked at we can buy houses here for $200,000, I was like, what the heck? This is no brainer.
I'll buy 5 of them for the price that I'm getting one over here.
There you go. So I came over here.
I love it.
Sense.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do a whole interview with you. You got an interesting little story.
Yeah, it's
so,
pretty cool.
Next name that we're gonna get into is Kelso. How do we feel about Kelso?
I feel like that's a cool.
Sounds like a name on Nickelodeon's Doug.
Well, it is from a show. It's from that 70s show.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I could see that on Doug. I don't know
Doug
why.
and Skeeter.
Yeah.
That's what I call my little brother, by the
Kelso.
way. I'm like, what's up, Skeets? That's my little brother's nickname, for real. What about you? Kelso? I like Kelso.
Could work. I feel like he would be a cool kid.
Yeah, like, oh, man, Kelso's out there shotgunning.
Good, bro. Like, what's up? All right, cool. Let's make it happen. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Kelso's out there doing
kick
kickstands for 8 minutes at once.
Kelso, take a shot for me. All right, Dad.
Let's go. He's not drinking out the bottle.
To say yes.
He's not drinking out the bottle. He's drinking out of shot glasses at 4 years old. Next one.
It's disturbing.
It's Eliza. That's why we're not parents. It's Eliza or Eliza. Eliza.
I'll go first on this one. My sister's name is Elizabeth, so I would say yes to that. Every Eliza or Elizabeth, no matter if you spell it with an S or a Z, they've always been cool. So that's a go for me.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to back it up, too.
Nah, I keep thinking of that Dear Liza, Dear Liza. You remember that?
Nope.
There's a hole
In the bucket, yeah, Dear Liza, Dear Liza. Yeah. It reminds me of that. It's like an elementary, like, fucking. It's bro. I don't know how you don't know it. I remember that like yesterday, bro. I was singing that in the class. Nah, it just reminds me of that. I do not like that name.
I know that when it triggers a certain memory, whether it's positive, maybe stay away from it. Eliza, I like it. So I'm going to say yes on that one. This one's interesting because I've only heard this name one time in my life. Tiago, but it's spelled Thiago. Tiago, yeah. You could also, I guess, Thiago.
Yeah, he was an MMA. Thiago Sanchez was Thiago Silva was a really dope MMA fighter too. He fought like Anderson Silva and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Thiago, I would go with. That's
Thiago's so dope.
Yeah, it sounds like a warrior's name.
Sounds like Spanish, like Thiago. The one I remember is Thiago. Was it Thiago Splitter for the Spurs? White guy. Yeah. Thiago Splinter, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say yes on Thiago. What do you say?
Yeah.
Eli. So I think that's a unanimous 3.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
I love it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it.
The last one here is kind of boring, but I think it's worth mentioning just because it's the last one. James.
No. Just no.
Boring.
Yeah, that's such a. God, I feel bad for if there's a James listening, but
imagine
it sucks.
You get one kid and you get one shot, and you blow it on James. Boring.
That boy's a James.
Yeah, that's a white person name. I know James when I see one right there. Come on there, James.
Unless your last name
put
is
this
James,
chew in your mouth.
It's never gonna ring for me. Like again, and there's LeBron James and Candace James and his son Bronny James. Like outside of that, if the James isn't it, one of those is just never gonna work. Like name a James that you really you're like
James and the Giant Peach. There's a James.
Yeah, that is probably the coolest James on planet Earth, and he's not real. So, you know.
I'm gonna say no on James. I agree. I'm
Yeah.
not disagreeing. And plus, I'm Mexican, so I'm like, that's James Dominguez. Like
believe you
what?
Can't believe you knew that Elijah song, bro. That was cool. And you're Elijah. Yeah, okay, anyway, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, back to Eliza.
Dear Elijah,
Yeah.
What would you say? Yes or no on James?
James is a good book in the Bible. I don't know if I would use a.
Gosh, man,
He
I
just
feel
got
so
deep. He
guilty,
went there.
bro.
He went there.
I went.
Now
I'm
we're
not gonna
pieces
lie.
of shit because we didn't read the Bible.
I
Oh,
went
you
there.
guys aren't holy men like myself? Oh, I'm in
Well,
the wrong
if you-
room.
If,
No, it's not like
Vic
that,
and Eric,
but-
if you guys ever opened a Bible in your life,
How about you read a book? Muhammad's the most common name in the world. Read.
he's like, how do you feel about the name Jesus, Vic? How about that one?
I mean, y'all have Jesus. That's close enough.
Yeah. We got enough of those. We got those covered. So I'm gonna say that you're gonna say yes, while me and this
I don't
guy
know
are
if I
going
would
to
take
hell.
that as an actual name, but that was the first thing that popped up when you said it.
This that was just-
That's funny.
James.
That's gonna be a funny little bit.
the holy man James, as you sinners say no, I say yes to the Lord in James. It's like okay, well,
Wow.
this was fun.
I'll think about that.
We're gonna
later.
end it on that one.
Yeah.
We got the baby names out the way. Let's get into some fun facts. Let's have some more fun because Eli just kind of ruined it for everyone.
My bad, guys.
Let's get into our fun fact segment. We call these "In Case You Didn't Knows," and I need one more for this. One of these I was really happy about because I've had bad handwriting my entire life, and it actually feels nice to know that it's kind of useful in a certain way. And I'll read that fact coming up here right now. I had two written down, but I needed one more. Mic check. We're still good. All right, here we go. Let's get into your fun facts. We call these "In Case You Didn't Knows." All right, in case you didn't know, sloppy handwriting could be a sign of a higher IQ.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know. Go ahead.
I just know you like that because your handwriting's sloppy.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's rude. But means I'm smart. Means I'm smart. In case you didn't know, pizza is actually healthier than cereal when you have it for breakfast. In case you didn't know.
I seen that. That's. I'm not surprised though. It makes sense, I guess, when you look at the sugars and everything.
It's interesting because when you actually I think cereal gets this perception that it's like, oh, it's a good balanced meal. It's like a good way to start your
'Cause you
day. And
think
it's like, dude,
breakfast. You just
it's
think breakfast. That's why.
there's so much sugar. There's so much crap in this stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like horrible. So they're like, all right, slice of pizza is way better than cereal.
Real quick, what's your favorite cereal though?
Honey Bunches of Oats, hands down.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
So nostalgic hearing that.
Yep.
Okay.
What about you?
Not bad.
Fruity Pebbles, bro, is something I always just go to. I love right before they get soft, fresh pour. Best cereal in the
That's
game.
probably the cereal that they use to compare this.
Oh, you know what?
It's so
That
horrible for
and
you.
like Golden Grams, bro. Golden Grams is fire.
Okay. Don't remember the Golden Grams. but For,
Honeycombs though. Oh man, it's hard. I put those in Applejack.
we'll
right
have to
next
do a power ranking of cereal.
Alright, so
and we should try them live.
Yeah. What about you, Eli?
definitely cereal number 1, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. Yeah, he got it.
It's almost like you have to tie so
that
many.
one, and Fruit Loops. You can't
Fruit
beat
Loops,
'em.
yes.
Don't-
Fruit
like,
Loops.
Look. There are certain things that just no matter what happens, it's gonna be number 1. Like Apple phones, like Nike shoes. Like that's just number 1. You know what else? You know what else is up there? Apple Jacks. You can never go wrong.
Oh, Apple
Have
Jacks.
you ever
I'll
had
push
a bowl
back.
of Apple Jacks? and
But I
thought
said
that
Apple
was a
Jacks
terrible
next
bowl?
to. But
Think about
Apple
that.
Jacks is amazing. It honestly, now that we're doing it, I know we're going off topic from the other stuff. It's almost like you have to you have to say 5, and those are all number 1s. You can't go with the number 1 cereal.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
It's almost like
rough.
we'd
That
have to
was rough.
draft them and then be like, all right, take them off.
This is my top 5 because this is what I was stuck with, but
Mhm.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Apple Jacks. I
Think
don't
about it,
remember.
though. Have you ever had a bowl of Apple Jacks and thought to yourself, that sucked?
I don't think you do that. Well, I mean, I don't really do that with
with
cereal.
I've done that with
I
cereal.
mean, honestly, I could defend cornflakes right now. Like the
Oh man, those are hard too.
yeah.
What about
the
corn
sugar-
pops? Have you ever had
Hell
corn?
no.
Corn pop is
Oh, you know
so
what? Hold
fire.
on, pops.
What's
Right?
Pops?
Is that what you're talking about? You're saying corn pops, but I
Yellow
think it's
ones,
just
the little
pops.
yellow
Gotta have
balls.
my pops.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's
Corn
pops.
pops.
It's just no, it's just called pops. I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's fire
what
too.
yeah, those are up. Man, I used to steal those.
Okay, we'll have to
Like,
write that down
by hand.
and talk about cereal
Yeah, yeah.
countdowns later.
Okay.
And finally, the last, in case you didn't know, 63 Earths could fit inside Uranus. In case you didn't know. I'm just gonna leave that there. Like I see the
Vic.
look. 63.
You-
That's how
you
big.
found that.
That's
you
how
found
big.
that, and you chose to put that on here.
That's how big Uranus is. 63 Earths could fit inside Uranus.
wow. 63.
Sounds like Uranus is a good time.
Wow.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for our fun facts. Those are, in case you didn't know. What else do we got here today? We've been jam packed. This has been a fun one. That name thing was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Did you see Danny Masterson's? I actually got to read this one because someone just sent it to me not that long ago on Instagram. Listen to this. You know Danny Masterson from that '70s show. Speaking of,
Yeah, he's in the Kern County State Prison.
yeah, he's in what is it, like North Kern or something like that?
Yep. The Kern State.
And it's
off
okay.
of Cecil, I think, in Delano.
that '70s show actor Danny Masterson admitted to North Kern State Prison.
You know, it's for raping 2 women back in.
Yeah, he's
And I guess if you look at old interviews, like he would talk about how it's so crazy that no one like really. I think it was acceptable to talk like that back then. Like, but it was these real things going on. Like, oh, bro, we're famous. We could do whatever we want. Like, and they'd be like, I could grab a woman right now. You know, like the Trump said, and like all these things. But these people were actually doing.
bad things.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't want to get too deep into this, but I do think, like, you know how like cancel culture, everybody's like, no, cancel culture. There had to be, so there's always going to be a pendulum, right? Where it's like people were openly talking about, like Danny Masterson, like you just mentioned, like, oh, I was doing this, the thing that Trump said. It's like, oh, just grab him by the whatever. And then there's this swing where it's like, here's the balance. Here's kind of where we should be. Now cancel culture has gone like crazy and real far, but it almost had to happen that way because
Yeah.
they were getting away with this extreme for so long where it's like there has to be a balance. Now, it's gone from one extreme to another extreme, and the happy medium should be somewhere in the middle, right? But it's just like that's why people are like, oh, it's gone from it's way too extreme and everything's getting canceled. It's like, well, when you think about where it was, people were getting away with way too much. And it's gross to kind of like hear old interviews and think of
It is.
like the way that the things that people were getting away with. And I'm like, bro, yeah, you're mad that now that things are kind of coming back to maybe going too far, but it's only because it's going against what you used to do and all the freedoms and everything that you just be like, we used to be able to. I can't tell you, working in radio, I can tell you how many people I've had conversations with. They're like, man, this ain't nothing like what it used to be back in the day. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, because back in the day, nobody held you accountable for any of the things that you did, and you had any kind of status, you can kind of get away with whatever you
100%.
want.
You see the thing with Gilbert Arenas, what he said about Halle Berry, kind of like been circulating. They were like at it. He was somewhere. It could have been an event or a game or a sporting event, whatever. But I guess Halle Berry was walking by, and he said this is back in the day when he's like, yo, she was the thing, you know. And Weinstein and his buddies were all right there. And she walked by and didn't say anything to them. And he said that Weinstein and his friends were like, oh, now she's going to act like she doesn't know us or something like that. And pretty much they were talking about how she had slept with all them for these high-end movie roles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and Gilbert Arenas kind of threw it out there. And, I mean, you know, a lot of these people don't care. They're in that celebrity scene. They're like, I don't know these people. I don't care about them. This is what this is going to do numbers. It doesn't matter now to me. I don't care, you know.
That's crazy.
So a lot of people just are putting things out there, you know. I think about it. Halle Berry's never been public about any defense or something against Weinstein. You know, she's been part of a lot of his productions.
That's wild. That's crazy. And that's, what we touched on last episode where it was like, okay, like what are the names that are going to pop up? Interested to find out. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. We got a couple more things to hit on. But, as we're coming to the end of the year, it's one of these things where it's like you get all the year-end wrap-up. Spotify told you what were your most listened to songs. There was most listened to, or most ordered food on Uber Eats or whatever it is that you use. I just wanted to read a couple things that are interesting. Kind of a look back on the year, the most Google searched people. So we'll start at number 10 was Pedro Pascal. Number 9 was David Beckham. And I'm not sure what David Beckham did this year to really, is he just because he's hot?
What was this title for?
Most searched people of 2023. I don't see what,
David
I don't know.
Beckham?
Yeah,
David
that was
Beckham?
random, right? Number 8 was Danny Masterson. And I wonder if he's locked up over there by North Current Golf Course. That'd be crazy because I golf there all the time. Might give him a little wave. Hey, might hit one into his cell. I'm that bad. I could accidentally do it. At number 7, Lil Tay. Remember Lil Tay? She had that one big moment, which wasn't a great moment, but it was a moment. That's why it doesn't matter how you get famous. People are like, oh, there's no such thing as bad publicity. She had to pretend that she was dead.
Yeah. A lot of people think it was a publicity stunt, but some people don't know how that got out, but I'm sure it was.
Number 6 was Jenna Ortega. Need I say more? Travis Kelce at number 5. Kylian Mbappe at number 4. Andrew Tate, one of the guy that you consider to be the hottest in 2023. A little weird, but Andrew Tate was number 3. And 95% of those searches were by our producer, Eric. Jeremy Renner at number 2. And number 1, Damar Hamlin. Let's move on to strictly just actors. Matt Rife had an incredible year. He's the comedian.
Yeah, that controversial thing when he finally got on Netflix.
Yeah, Kiara Advani, Russell Brand at number 8, Brendan Fraser at number 7, Jamie Foxx at number 6. I forgot how big of a crazy year Jamie Foxx had. It was like, was he about to die?
I think he's not even a human anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe I need to get these numbies up and be like, can you pretend to shoot me or something? Be like, what happened to podcast host Vic D?
And they're just like, who cares?
Yeah. 0 Google searches. Damn it.
He's actually in the negative.
Yeah. Number 5, Pedro Pascal. Number 4, Danny Masterson. Number 3, Ichilas Inoki. Yeah. Number 2, Jenna Ortega. Zade. And number 1, Jeremy Renner. We'll skip that one. These are the most searched movies. Pathan. Pathaan. Never heard of it. Number 9 was Creed 3. Number 2 was Garter 2. Number 7 was a movie named EEAAO. Never heard of it. Number 6 was Avatar 2. Number 5 was John Wick 4. Number 4 was The Sound of Freedom. Number 3 was Jawan. Number 2, Oppenheimer. And the number 1 most searched movie of 2023. I'm going to give you each one guess. Once you hear it, you'll be like, damn it, I should have known that.
Avatar?
Nope. Any guesses, Eli?
Searched movie?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I got it. Hold on. Titanic?
Nope. Fuck. Titanic.
Yeah, because remember the submarine thing?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the Titan, not Titanic.
I know, but a lot of people were wondering about the movie Titanic. Like a lot of the Gen Z crowd that's never probably seen Titanic.
Good guess. I don't know. The one I was going to guess was John Wick.
No.
I was going to say that, but then you said it at, what, number 4?
It was an absolute, yeah, it was like number 5.
Number 5?
But number 1 was an absolute phenomenon. It was Barbie. Barbie was a number 1.
Yeah, yes,
did you guys watch it?
I did. I watched it twice. It was fantastic.
Damn.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
But you have a daughter.
I wouldn't watch that crap.
It was good. It was
He really
actually like
likes it.
objectively
He
good.
has- He has some good arguments.
Now musicians. Anna Oxa. Anna Oxa, I don't know, was number 10. Number 9 was Jose Luis Perales. Don't know who that is either. Number 8 was Kelly Pickler. Number 7, Tom Kazalui Cowlitz. There's a lot of foreign people on here.
Yeah.
Gino Paoli. Number 5 was Peppino Di Cari. Number 4 was Smash Mouth. Hey now, you're an all-star. Number 3, Joe Jonas. Number 2, Jason Aldean. He was in controversial stuff all year. Yeah. And number 1, Shakira.
Shakira.
TV shows, Show and Bone, Number 8 was That 90s Show. I skipped number 8 because I couldn't even get it. Number 7 was The Glory. Number 6 was The King and the Land. Number 5 was Kaleidoscope, which I actually watched. Number 4 was One Piece. Number 3, Guinea or Ginny in Georgia. Number 2 was Wednesday. And number 3 was The Last of Us. There's a few others, but I think we could wrap it up there with those are the most Google things of 2023. Hopefully we find ourselves, imagine like next year, it's like the most Googled podcast. I Love You, Say It Back, the podcast.
Wow.
That'd be crazy. But we have to do some like controversial stuff.
Yeah.
I got to pretend to die. Hopefully it's real. Drink some OD Undefined, the greatest.
Oh, geez.
And then I become like Super Saiyan. Be the greatest ad for it. Let's wrap up. You guys ready to get into our trivia question? Let's do it. Okay, before we get into our trivia, brought to you by Define, one of my favorite things. I talk about it. Took a scoop right before we jumped on the podcast. Mental clarity, everything that you want. Got a fat burner. It's got a little bit of energy in there for you. Not a pre-workout. So number one question that I always get is like, is it going to keep me up all night? It's not going to do that. It just makes you feel good, mental focus. You're going to be sharp. You can find it at Rev Nutrition. So big shout out Rev Nutrition. Wherever you are in Bakersfield, there's one near you. Mention that you heard about it right here on the podcast. They'll get you taken care of. 20% off Rev Nutrition. Appreciate the love. Also, you need a mattress, head over to our buddies, Mattress Space, Buck Owens Boulevard, Mattress Space Furniture Outlet. Best prices in town. Start the year off sleeping right. Invest in your sleep. Trivia question. Here we go. We got 2 people that are going to give it a shot. All right. Parents actually do this 30% more than their kids. Parents actually do this 30% more than their kids. And I'm going to say the actually in this is means something because there's a perception that the kids, that's all they do, right? But the parents actually do this.
I think I'm going to get this
30.
right.
All right, we'll see. 30 parents. Parents actually do this 30% more than their kids. What is it?
Lie.
That is a great guess. Great guess. But no. I'll tell you, he's good. He's good. He's
That's a
good.
good one.
He's good.
It's disappointing.
Yeah. Because, your guesses are so
I thought
good.
I got that one. I promise you that's. Remember we were talking about intuition. I'm like, this is the one.
Yep.
I
And-
usually
and
have
we-
the right answer
It's in there,
initially, but I
yeah.
never say it. And then he says, I'm like, bro, I thought that. And then it's
Something
Now
that
we
a parent does.
We always think it's the
30%
one, and
more
we're
than
always
kids.
disappointed.
I am gonna say swear.
Swear. No.
No.
Nope. Not swearing and not lying. Although both great answers.
How about make a mess.
Make a mess. No. Any last guess? One more? I'll give you guys one more combined. Parents actually do this 30% more than their kids.
there's only one more I'd want to say, but I just don't think that's the one.
Well, you better give it a shot.
Let me just think one more time. Oh, you know what? I think I know.
What?
Can I
Go for it.
watch TV
No.
or electronics? Whatever.
Nope.
Parents. 30% more than kids.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the answer now, or else people get mad. They're like, why'd you take so long to give us the damn answer? Parents actually snack 30% more than their kids.
I
Snacking.
shoulda got that.
Yep.
Wow.
That's all kids do. We got to pack the snacks for the kids. You're packing them for your damn self. Quit fooling.
It's true.
Parents snack 30% more than their kids. And kids are always snacking. They're always got something to munch on. If nothing else, just to shut them up. Be like, all right, just chew on this. 30%. Parents actually snack 30% more than their kids. Who would have thunk it? All right, that's going to do it. What a great episode. Eli, thank you for joining us, man. You're locksmith. You want to give us an update on the locksmith? What's going on?
Yeah, so the locksmith came, he opened the door, paid him, he's gone, got my keys, we're good to go.
Hell right, brother. I love it. All right.
Sure.
Well, thank you for joining us on the show. Did you have fun?
I had a good time. Thank you guys for having me.
We'll have to bring you on another time and just talk about your story. Yeah, you got an interesting one.
Get your own podcast.
I want to hear more about this this cousin and Latina cousin. Yeah. All right, appreciate you guys joining us. This was officially the longest episode that we've done. Had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully you enjoy it. Happy end of 2023. This is the last episode we're recording, and into 2024. Let's get moving on actually doing some of the things that we keep telling ourselves that we're going to do. Make this the year of doing, not so much more of talking, because we've done enough of that. But wishing you the best, wishing you prosperity, wishing you family, wishing you whatever it is that makes you happy. It's going to make you happy moving forward. I love you. Say it back. We'll catch you. Here's the perfect time for the corny joke. Hey, I guess we'll talk to you next year. I love you. I love you. Say it back.
Wow.
Can we cut
I'm
that
a
out?
dad.
We need to cut that
Dad
out.
jokes.